all those numbers for a W, but how satisfying is it to be able to come in and play that well?
Like I said, it's to go out and play that way, it's exciting, but at the same time, the last 2 days been rough, just because we got the loss, and that's the only thing I've been thinking about, what could have been done differently for us to, try to get a win, including myself, like what could I have done differently, maybe early in the game or something, but sometimes you gotta let that stuff go, just keep competing and keep working hard, but. For us to go on the road, I was really proud of my teammates, proud of the offense, proud of the defense, and the special teams. The way the guys came out and fought for 4 quarters, and I think it gives us every reason, to lay down, but we didn't because guys are playing with a lot of heart right now. You want to see that, especially late in the season where the playoff hopes are gone.
Do you feel you showed this coaching staff and the front office that when you're healthy, that you can be a big-time quarterback? I mean, the 3 games you're healthy at 100 ratings.
I just being healthy is just a big part of it. Just feeling comfortable and, like I said, being able to do things. When I had the rib injury, and I didn't really talk much about it, but it does affect the way you throw. Like you really can't follow through with a lot of throws. And you can't move and be as active as you usually are. But, when you're healthy, I feel like it gives me the best opportunity to reach my maximum ability.
Jason, do you think that's kind of been the story of your career? I mean, you look back, you played really well in stretches, and it seems like injuries pop up. You ever wonder, what if those things didn't pop up? It's just whether it's bad luck or whatever.
A lot of it's been, like I said, injuries. At times, and then some of it's just been, different offensive coordinator, different system, every other year. But through my career, everyone's career is different. Through mine, it's just, having to persevere and keep moving forward. Not get distracted. When things do happen, and just try to make the most out of it.
How difficult is it for this offense to keep that consistency? You had this bad game mentally, but carried over from the second half of Jackson.
Yeah, like I said, we're improving. Coach Norr talks about it all the time. We're building something. Like I say, it's upsetting that we weren't able to, to finish some of these games with wins, but at the same time, you take the positive things out of it. And that's, us just continue to grow, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams. There's a lot of guys that's been nicked up, a lot of guys having to plug in and play. And so, we're getting a chance to, to see where we're at. And like I said, the real test of a team is when, the odds are against you. And, right now, like I said, playoff hopes are gone and everything. But, what's deep down inside of us? We're going to continue to fight hard for the next 3 games and see where we're at, see where we can improve at.
Will these next 3 games decide your future?
I don't think so. Like I say, I just take each game, one game at a time. I really don't, worry about the things that may happen after the season or the year after. My goal right now is to just take it one game at a time. Just do the best that I can do and just keep moving forward. Like I said, I've been in situations where things change all the time. You just can't put yourself in a position where you're thinking about those things and let it distract you.
How much would you like, though, to be, to move forward with this team, to be back next year and to be part of what it seems like something is kind of a
I say, I have a 2-year contract here, and like I say, they have an option in February, whether to bring me back or not. So, like I say, my goal is to just keep doing the things that I can try to do to improve as a quarterback and improve as a player. And like I said, there's a lot of youth on this team. And you can see a lot of progress is being made from last season to this season. Just talking with the guys, with Jordan and Josh from a year ago, how much they've grown from a season ago to where they're at now. And then, like I said, the offensive line has been intact, for most of the parts. So, it's definitely an opportunity for us to keep going in the right direction, a positive direction. I see a lot of upside here. And like I said, we just got to keep plugging away and just keep fighting and keep pushing each other, encouraging.
Jason, how would it be if they bring in a rookie next year? Would you mind being that mentor role? Or
it's part of my job. Every year, you're a veteran on a quarterback team, and like I say, it's a lot of young guys in this league, and rightfully so. When they do things, they bring in a younger quarterback. Of course, you do everything you can to mentor him and to help him, and along the way, at the end of the day, we're still teammates, and we're all competing at the same job, but you also helping your teammates to grow as well.
How do you remember your year with the Bears?
I had a good time with those guys. Like I said, it was total opposite of this team. This team was young. That team was a veteran football team. So, you got a chance to see both sides of it from a year ago. And like I said, I had a good time with those guys. Nothing, they're a great organization and everything.
Did they make any offer to bring you back?
Yeah, they offered me to come back. I just want to put myself in a position, where I have a chance to play. And like I say, Cutler being there at the time, he's their franchise quarterback. So, your chances of playing there, outside of injury is, very, very slim. So I just want to have an opportunity to go somewhere where I can get a chance to get back on the field and just see where I'm at in my career.
You worked with those two big Chicago receivers, and then you get Josh. How does Josh compare? I mean, what are the similarities and where are they different?
Yeah, they're right there together. Alshon is having a great year. Josh is having a great year. And I think Alshon learned a lot from Brandon last season. And I think the offense that Coach Trestman runs, I think definitely fits those big guys, opportunities. They give them a chance to make plays because, you're talking about 6'5" and 6'5" on the other side, and tight end is 6'3" and 6'4", and you look at our offense, you see some of the similarities. Josh is a big 6'5" guy. Greg is a 6'3", 6'4". Cameron 6'4", 6'3" guy. So, those type of offenses that fit their skills. And I think over the past, you've seen Norv's offense with the guys he had in San Diego, and all those guys was big guys. And I think when you look at Coach Trestman, it's that same similar style offense. It may not be the exact same, but it's that same offense that tend to fit bigger guys that make plays.
What do you see from their defense, and how much a difference would Lance Briggs make, do you think, if he came back?
He's the catalyst of that defense. Being there with them last year, when Urlacher was out, Briggs was the guy that pretty much ran everything. And, I'm not sure if he's playing or not, but like I said, he's, they're a veteran group, and guys that has those key positions. So, definitely he's playing. He's definitely the catalyst of the defense.
Jason, how much longer do you want to play?
It's something I don't know. I just want to continue to take it, 1 year, 2 years at a time. Just keep, just see where it goes. I feel like I've done enough, and feel like I just want to make sure I lead the game. Putting my all into it, and at the same time, being healthy. But it's something I don't know. I still feel like I still got some go in me.
Is there a part of you that feels like you're just hitting your stride in some ways?
I thought a part of me was just hitting it maybe a year and a half ago before my injury. And, like I said, I had an injury last year, and I had to pretty much watch for a whole year. So, getting that start against Kansas City was kind of like my opportunity to playing for real since being hurt out in Oakland.
When you were sitting at home with the concussion against Jacksonville, are you thinking, I need to get back out there to show everybody that those last two games weren't really me?
I just feel like I just need to get back out there just because of a rhythm standpoint. Like I said, I haven't been able to play in a stretch of games for a long time, and to have the opportunity to be playing at that time, and didn't have to have a little setback where you're sitting at home. I just feel like a lot of me want to get back out there and be healthy, and see where I can go and get back to playing.
When you look back at this Patriots game, do you take any consolation or satisfaction out of the fact that you're playing on the opposite field of the great Tom Brady, and for most of the game you really outplayed him, and that your rating against them was the second best rating that they've had against them this year?
Like I said, they're a good team. The way they finish off games, I think they won 3 games in similar fashion this year. And like I said, going into that game, you kind of take it upon yourself to want to be at your best, because the guy that you're going to get across on the opposite side, is going to be at his best. And for us to have an opportunity to win, you feel like you have to play at a very high level, and that's how I kind of approached that game last week, understanding that they're a machine offense, and for us to keep up with them, we're going to have to do some things to keep the ball going.
Hey, to be able to.
Did you meet Jason? Mark Trestman before you left Chicago last?
Mark Trestman worked me out in right before I came into the pros. He was my workout coach down in New Orleans. So I got a chance to work with him before I was drafted, and before I went to the combine and worked out my pro day at Auburn. So he was the guy that was doing a lot of teachings to me. So I did get a chance to talk to him on the phone before. When he got to Chicago numerous times.
So what were your impressions?
He's a class guy. He's a class guy. He's very intelligent, offensive minded. He's he know how to get guys into the right situation for them to be successful. And I think that's been a big difference, in their offense. Is, the things they've done offensively this year to, I think they scored on 8 straight drives last week. So, testimony to how they're moving people around, getting those guys involved.
Jason, to be able to drive against the Patriots late, and the drive that resulted in the touchdown to Jordan Cameron, and then even a drive at the very end enough to get off a long field goal, how much confidence does that give you moving forward down the final stretch, and confidence in the guys around you too?
You always you try to play this game with confidence. Every game's not the same, but you want to just make sure you're doing your best. And I feel comfortable with the guys around me. I feel like guys are fighting their butts off. You were watching, Josh had one of the most exciting seasons out of a receiver, in NFL history. So, there's a lot of positives. Even though our record's 4-9, there's a lot of positives.